Hi there, my name is Mari Devine, and today I'm going to be talking to you about one of the topics of the Healthy People 2030, which is violence prevention. So to start off a little bit about what I'm going to be talking about today, I'm going to be talking about exactly what is it, what is violence prevention, why is it a problem, and then how can we solve it? What can we do to solve it as an issue? So the first thing, what exactly is violence prevention? So to begin, this problem is very, very broad and encompasses a lot of different aspects, factors, and nuances. However, the overall goal of violence prevention is to prevent violence and related injuries and deaths and create a safer and healthier environment for everybody to live in. But to understand exactly what that means, you have to understand exactly what it can encompass. So violence prevention includes anything from suicide to homicide to physical assault, sexual violence, and gun-related injuries, which are just some of the things that violence prevention encompasses within it. So then, why exactly is this important? Violence prevention has become a massive, massive public health crisis within the past few decades. So why is it a public health issue? What about it is so important? Which, when you ask it in this sense, it kind of sounds silly. Like, of course, violence prevention is important, but why has it become such a major public health issue, within the past few decades exactly? So just to start off with a few statistics, these are just a few of very, very many that I could have gotten with. But I think these are some of the most breathtaking ones and overwhelming ones that you hear about violence. These are all within the United States. So 20,000 people die from homicide every year. 10 million people experience physical abuse annually. 1 in 5 women have been raped in their lifetime, and 90% of children are eyewitnesses to violence. So not only are these statistics just shocking in their own, but a lot of experiencing and exposure to this violence at any stage in your life can also cause problems towards your future in terms of mental health, which is another public health crisis that we are experiencing within the United States. For example, children who experience violence are at risk for long-term physical, behavioral, and mental problems. So therefore, strategies to protect children from violence and protect them from that exposure at a young age can then improve their health and well-being later on in life. So how exactly do we do that? How do we prevent violence? What are some of those strategies that we can use in order to mitigate the exposure to it and then the outcome of experiencing violence at any stage in your life? So it follows a very similar plan of solving any other problem. It starts with research, which is what I've just shown you before, the statistics, the numbers behind how insane of a problem violence is within America right now. Then you move on to identify objectives, which is what I'm going to do next. You identify exactly what it is you are going to be specifically looking to solve. Then you plan. What are you going to do what are you going to do to solve those problems? And then comes the implementation of them, actually putting into action your plan and your objectives, how you are going to solve these problems. So some of the objectives of violence prevention start off: reducing intimate partner violence, reducing contact sexual violence, reduce firearm related deaths, reduce gun carrying among adolescents, and reducing child abuse and neglect deaths. So once again, these are just some of the objectives. But like I said, a problem as broad and overarching as violence prevention is, especially within America these days, it's very important to specify certain objectives in order to better solve the problems at hand. So these are just some of the objectives. So then exactly, what is the plan? How exactly does one work towards solving these? So it can start with something like education, providing newer curriculums within schools for sexual health, sexual safety, stuff like that. It can come with new laws. For example, stricter gun control laws, which would then reduce the amount of firearm-related deaths and suicides, reduce gun carrying among adolescents, stuff like that. And then, of course, new policies and protocols for any of the number of things said here, like child abuse and neglect, implementing new strategies for new parents to learn how to create better, safe, and stable environments and relationships with their children, home visits, anything of that sort will then help to create this plan and then prevent violence prevention in the future to then create a safer and healthier environment for everybody living in it. So thank you. I hope you enjoyed and I hope you learned something. Thanks.